Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to talk about some flexible air hose. Now, we found this air hose many years ago at Home Depot. It's very flexible even when it's under pressure. We installed it in our first hangar, but now we're going to show you two reels of this stuff and some all the airline and the new Eaton air compressor we bought last year. We finally have that installed, so stay tuned while we have some fun talking about pressurizing the hangar. You can use for a wide variety of things. All the regulators are all and the switches are all built into it. And then there's a good data plate right there so you can hook it up. This is a single phase. They do make a 3-phase. They also make 10 horsepower, 15 horsepower, 30 horsepower, 30-gallon tanks, 80-gallon tanks. So 5 horsepower, 1 phase, 30 amp breaker, 19 SCFM per minute, 80-gallon tank, and it weighs 620 pounds. So ladies and gentlemen, it's supposed to be whisper quiet. It's going to be so much better than that noisy Harbor Freight thing that we've been using for years. But anyway, we're upgrading the shop, and there it is sitting in the back corner, not been plumbed into the lines yet, but that's where she's going to go. So we hope you found all this useful and informative about the new Eaton air compressor and Yankee Aviation. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day flying your Grumman. Now, when it comes to air hoses, you can go to Home Depot, you can go to Harbor Freight, you can go to Lowe's, and you can buy a variety of air hoses, and most of them are hard rubber. They're red rubber, they're blue rubber. You get those plastic ones made in China that are bright orange. Yeah, it's an air hose. It's not very usable or flexible. So that's why when we found these air hoses at Home Depot, we went ahead and we ordered them and installed them in T6 Bravo. And they were a very nice hose to use, very flexible around aircraft and stuff like that. And then with T11, we again last year bought the Eaton air compressor, and we haven't gotten around to installing it because we've been working on customers' airplanes. So that's the project that kind of got it all started. So then we added some more flexible air hoses along with the Eaton air compressor, and there it was when it arrived on the pallet. It has now been bolted to the floor in the appropriate corner of the hangar. We've run high pressure 200 psi line all throughout the hangar. So we have taps, we have a dryer, receiver, oiler, all in the line. Again, the compressor's in spot. We've run the number 6 line to the air compressor from the breaker in the new box. So it is all ready to go, and we have pressurized air all throughout T11 Alpha now. And again, this is the Eaton Whisper Quiet Polar series of air compressors. It's a 5 horsepower, 175 psi air compressor. Fairly nice. They're about $2,600. So all told, ladies and gentlemen, to do something like this for your hangar, you're looking at about $2,600 for the compressor. The price is only going to go up. You're going to look at the reels and the hangers and all the hardware and the line to go throughout the hangar. That's going to be another $1,000 for bits and pieces and adapters and stuff. And then finally, you're going to have labor, depending on what you're paying, but you can expect probably $1,000 of labor to have something like this installed in your hangar. So it kind of gives that do-it-yourself feel to it for you guys who want to do something like this in your home or your garage workshop. So stay tuned for more fun. So the project kind of started out, we picked a spot on the back wall with a big beam, and we mounted one of the Flexilla reel hoses on the back wall. We mounted one up by the front door, and then we had to run the wiring and all the air lines to back where the compressor was going to be. We put it back by the radiant floor. And then we had the fun process of watching Matt drill the anchors into the concrete to anchor the compressor to the floor. So you get the reels all put up, installed, then you run the lines to them. We also have the receiver dryer oiler that's in the line too. We'll be adding another one for the main line, but as you can see here are the junctions where the line comes in and then it transfers over to the line for the hose. Those are 50-foot Flexilla hoses, so we have one at the back of the hangar, one at the front of the hangar, and on the other side we have a drop line so we can plug in a 50-foot hose or a 100-foot hose, whatever we need. And then these are the hangers that go around to help you guide the cable along the runs that we made along the steel beams of the hangar and up along the ceiling. And why Matt had the scissor lift and was doing all of that, he took the opportunity to clean all the plastic and insulation upstairs and take all the scrap plastic off of it. And as you can see, that blue airline, it is plastic on the outside. It is an aluminum thin tube on the inside. There is some flexibility in it, and it holds 200 psi. It's available from Amazon. It's not hard to use at all. But be sure you get, when you use an air hose, I would greatly recommend you always get the fittings that go with that air hose and try to mix and match. It's going to save you a lot of time in installation. And when you consider that the compressor, figure $3,000, airline and hardware another $1,000, and then labor, you can see where it could come down. So for those of you of the do-at-home variety, these are some numbers for you to play with. Stand by. And then over at the customer station, we brought an airline drop there to service that wall and that side of the hangar. As you can see, all the electrical's been run, so we have breaker boxes on all the steel beams now. And then here's some information on the Eaton air compressor. Again, these were made up in Eaton, Ohio. It was nice when I'm glad Jimmy recommended this. They are whisper quiet compared to most of the big behemoth air compressors you see. So again, spend some money, get some of this nice air line, run it properly through the hangar, up out of the way so it won't be interfering with anything, and have a lot of fun with it. It brings a lot of capability. You'll be able to use air tools now with the 80-gallon tank, and you can have your pressure set with whatever you want to. Right now, we're got the compressor set at about 100 psi. We're going to make some adjustments after we add the final 5-stage receiver, dryer, oiler, inline, and we'll take the ones that we have that are good, the half-inch lines, and we'll go ahead and bring that down to some of the workstations to have filtered air there. The one that we have now, all the main lines are 3/4 inch, so we can handle quite the volume of air through all of this. So be expecting the bead blaster to come down, and then all the stuff that we took out of this as we were installing this all got installed in Bay T11 Charlie. So we're good to go on compressed air and all of our radiant floor heaters right now. So ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit of the project for this nice snowy last couple of days. Probably spent about 4 days on it, but we wanted to do a good job and finally get it done. And as again, we had a break in our customer schedules, which allowed us the opportunity to do this. So now let's take a look at the Eaton air compressor as compared to a normal air compressor in volume. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you found all that useful and informative. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day flying.